The NHL trade deadline came and went this week with some major deals, some head scratchers, and the Red Wings were in need of a center. They went out and got David Legwand, swapping Patrick Eaves, a draft pick, and a prospect. If Zetterberg, Datsuk,
yeah. Can't believe they got rid of Yarncroc.
If Zetterberg, Datsuk, and Weiss are healthy, completely different move. They go bigger. They're up in the standings, but such is life. Bottom line, fast 5 minutes. You get a minute to talk. Did they win or did they lose at the deadline?
They lost at the deadline because Yarncroc, everybody makes fun of the guy, but everybody in the hockey world says that they could have gotten much more for him. In fact, they could have gotten a Ginla for him last year at the deadline. Look, Legwand probably helps them make the playoffs, and if they make the playoffs, so what? I don't think they're winning the cup. I don't care what happened last year. And the only reason I think they lost is because everybody who I respect, Bob Duff of the Windsor Star, people like that, people who have actually seen this guy play, say that they could have gotten more than what they got from David Legwand. That's why they lost.
I'm going to say they lost for the only reason is that they need defense. Their defense just isn't good enough. You saw the other night the game that they blew at the Joe. Couldn't move people outside in front of the net. Jimmy Howard has got to be better. I'm not on this Yarncroc bandwagon because I haven't seen him play. Right. I mean, I don't go down to Grand Rapids. I don't have time. But, I mean, they have so many young forwards that I think he's expendable. But I think they needed to make one more move and get a defenseman. I think they're going to rue the day that they didn't do that. But, again, they didn't want to give up on the kids. This season's probably not going to end up working out anyway. I think people need to relax.
That was their top priority going into the deadline, getting a defenseman. Yeah. Ken Holland said it.
But they want to keep the streak alive.
Well, this is not the NBA. If you get into the, you got a shot.
I had a shot last year.
If Zetterberg are not healthy,
right,
then they're in big trouble.
All right, one of the newest Tigers, Ian Kinsler, came into camp all hot and bothered about his former team, the Texas Rangers, calling in an article John Daniels, his former general manager, a sleazeball.
Yeah, but then he backpedaled.
A little bit.
Out of context?
They were out of context. Matt, were his comments out of context, or were they right on point?
No, they were stupid. Here's the bottom line on Ian Kinsler. You better produce, dude. He's a declining player that now is 31, 32 years of age. This has always been a clubhouse led by Jim Leland that has been pretty good in terms of any issues that there were behind the scenes or whatever were taken care of. They need him to lead off and keep his mouth shut. Declining player talking and running his mouth and calling a guy a sleazeball. Then we hear the audio. Then he says it was out of context. Either stick with your guns or don't. I think this guy should have kept quiet. And I thought it was way out of line and stupid.
Tony Paul at Detroit News heard the tape right away and said, yeah, those comments were right in context.
Look, it's stupid. Why would you say anything about your former team's general manager? That's ridiculous. And Matt's right. He has to play. But you know what? All people get so worked up about what guys say and what they didn't say in the media. Who cares? That stuff means nothing anyway. We get so hot. Oh, Ian Kinsler's going to ruin the clubhouse. He ain't going to ruin the clubhouse. What's going to ruin the clubhouse is that he stinks. And he's got to play better than he played the last year, that's for sure.
People already making a fuss about his batting average in the spring training. I don't buy into it. You want to wear this?
No. Spring training.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I want a picture of that.
Spring training.
People
want outplay along.
Twitter profile
there you go.
picture.
Yeah, there it is.
Spring
loves that organization.
Spring training numbers. Come on.
Switching hats. Michigan State. March Madness on the way. We talked about it a little bit. Get the clock ready because I want to know from you. Between those two teams, you could only pick one player. Who's the most important player in March in this state?
I'm going to say it's Gary Harris. And many people are going to say, well, what about Keith Appling or Stauskas with Michigan?
What about Keith Appling or Stauskas with Michigan?
MSU only goes as far as this stud, Gary Harris, takes them. He's got to have to actually carry them if they want to go far. I think Michigan's got enough guys, especially now with Morgan stepping up last night, Walton at the point, who doesn't put up big numbers, but it's so important. But MSU is screwed without Gary Harris.
Same team, different player. It's Adrian Payne. Adrian Payne can be the best player out of both teams because he can shoot from the outside, he can dominate inside, but he has to play well. They have to feed him the ball. He's your stud. Feed him the ball. Gary Harris has been playing too timid. Adrian Payne, he's the guy to take the Spartans to the next level.
Keith Appling. I mean, the guy hasn't been healthy all season long. It's him for Michigan State, or they don't do anything else. Let's get back to the hat. Put the Tigers back on here. Left field situation. Yeah. Dire. Andy Dirks, who was just so fantastic anyways, is all of a sudden now shelved for 12 weeks. What the heck do they do now?
Right, many options because look, Dombrowski's done a great job, but you got to have the guys ready from the minor leagues to come up. They don't have anybody. He's got to try to make some sort of deal. I don't really know what's available. I heard somebody actually say they should bring back Brennan Bosch. Seriously? That would be a joke. Davis is going to have to learn how to hit righties. That's it. And it's DKB, Donnie Kelly, baby.
DK, baby.
That would be disaster.
Oh
Brendan
my
Bosch,
God.
are you in the Bosch camp? Was that you tweeting?
No, it wasn't actually. I actually,
He has sense when it comes to baseball.
At first, I was very concerned about this, but the more I've thought about it, the more I'm thinking, you know what? I'm more concerned about whether or not Phil Coke can get people out. To be quite honest with you, I do believe this, and Stoney is right. Dave Dombrowski has done a whale of a job. The turnaround here since he has come aboard has been great. But they don't have position players in the system that can come up and help at left field. Zeke Carrera or Trevor Crow, that's going to be a problem.
Change of pace a little bit. For our fifth topic, fifth question, it's gift giving time. So you've got a little something for our boy Mike in the control room.
You know what? Mike Foss is a big wrestling fan. And
He's the guy.
I didn't even realize. No, I'm telling you, I didn't even
know.
realize when I had Daniel Bryan on the 105.1 studios this week, I could not believe the communication that I got back and forth on Twitter and the love that we got for having a wrestler on. The yes movement, yes. People love it. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, Travis Jackson. They had that bond for the football team at MSU. So this will go up in the cave. Daniel Bryan autographed photo.
What do you think, Mike?
I love it, Matt. I appreciate you bringing the yes movement to the sports cave. I love it.
And I appreciate your sweater. I love this sweater.
For fair
All right,
product placement.
Yes, if we're pushing our stations and our shows, 97 on the ticket, Stony and Bill, 6 to 10 every morning with
hang it up
Sarah.
right
now,
now.
all right, hang it up. Now,
We've got some
hold on
here,
a second.
too. Yeah.
Now, he's wearing a Syracuse University radio station shirt, right? Okay.
WAER Sports, that's where I started.
It's wonderful, okay?
Yeah.
But he's slapping this guy as the yes movement. The guy who did the yes movement is from his alma mater, Marv Albert. Yes! Yes! The heck with that yes. Which yes is better? Yes or that? Come on, it's yes, and it counts.
I like Marv.
Oh my God.
Stay tuned because we're just getting rolling here. Joik Bell, the main event. These guys are great, but we want to talk with him. A great season last year, but he's a free agent now, restricted. What will the Lions do with him? We want to find out. They better do it. Joik Bell joins us live after the break. This is the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Cave. You look good in the Tigers hat.
Thank you.